There is a room most people will never see. No name on the door, no number on the wall, just a private banker and a fortune with no fingerprints. Somewhere between $500 trillion and an educated guess, the world's hidden wealth sits in places most of us will never find on a map. Not because it's illegal, because it was built that way, legally, quietly, and completely on purpose. Tonight we open that room. 6 real strategies the ultra-wealthy use to protect their money. And the truth is, every single one of them is legal. Here's what they don't teach you in school. Money has 2 sets of rules. One for people who earn it, one for people who already have it. The wealthiest 1% don't get richer by working harder. They get richer by never actually owning anything at all. That sounds like a trick. It isn't. It's the first secret, and it changes everything that follows. Secret number 1. The ultra-rich rarely own their own assets. Instead, they place them inside a trust, a legal box that owns things on their behalf. The house isn't theirs. The company isn't theirs. The trust owns it, and the family simply controls the trust generation after generation. Trusts aren't new. Wealthy families have used them for over a century to keep fortunes intact through wars, divorces, and tax changes. Because if you don't legally own something, it's far harder for lawsuits, creditors, or the tax man to ever touch it. Secret number 2. Once a fortune gets big enough, families stop hiring one advisor. They build an entire private company just to manage the money. It's called a family office. Its only client is the family. Lawyers, accountants, investors, all working for one name in one building. There are more than 5,000 family offices quietly operating around the world today, controlling trillions most of us will never see reported anywhere. It's not a bank account. It's an entire private economy built around a single bloodline. Secret number 3, and the most misunderstood, offshore accounts. Not hidden money, relocated money, following the law to a friendlier address. You don't even need an island. A tiny state like Delaware quietly houses over 1 million registered companies, more businesses than people. Different countries offer different rules. Lower taxes here, more privacy there, stronger protection somewhere else. The wealthy simply shop for the best terms, like anyone would. It isn't about hiding. It's about structure, spreading a fortune across the friendliest legal environments on Earth, all completely above board. Secret number 4 is the one that breaks the most minds. Billionaires almost never sell their assets. They borrow against them instead. Here's why. Selling stock triggers a tax bill, but a loan is not income. It is not taxed. It just quietly exists. So they buy appreciating assets, borrow cash against their rising value at low interest, and live off the loan, completely tax-free income, on paper. Then comes the final move, coldly nicknamed die. When assets pass to heirs at death, their tax value resets, erasing decades of gains overnight. Buy, borrow, die. 3 words. One of the most powerful and most legal wealth strategies ever built. Secret number 5. The ultra-wealthy don't just hold cash or stocks. They buy things that hold value even when the whole market panics. Fine art hanging in private vaults. Rare watches. Vineyards. Farmland. Entire city blocks bought quietly, one deed at a time. Some of it never even reaches a wall. It sits inside tax-free storage warehouses called freeports, bought, sold, and never once taxed as income. To them, a painting isn't art on a wall. It's a bet against inflation that happens to look beautiful while it waits. Secret number 6 is the quietest one, a special kind of life insurance that grows completely tax-free for decades, then pays out with almost no tax at all. It isn't sold at the corner store. It's built by private wealth teams, structured to pass a fortune to grandchildren the family will never even meet. There's an old saying among the wealthy, shirt sleeves to shirt sleeves in 3 generations. Fortunes are made once, and lost by not knowing how to protect them. These policies exist to break that cycle, quietly, legally, for 100 years at a time. In 1870, one American family began building a fortune so large, historians still argue about how to even measure it today. They didn't just make money. They built trusts, foundations, and family offices, structures still quietly protecting their descendants over 150 years later. 6 generations later, that family is still wealthy. Not because of one lucky bet, because of the structure built around the money. That's the real secret hiding in plain sight. Fortunes don't survive by accident. They survive by design. Here's the uncomfortable truth. None of these 6 secrets are illegal. None of them are only for billionaires. They're simply not taught to everyone else. You don't need $500 million to start a trust. Many attorneys can set up a simple one for a few thousand. You don't need an island to protect a small business. An LLC does something similar, on a much smaller and totally accessible scale. You don't need a private jet to buy an appreciating asset instead of a depreciating one. That decision is available at every income level, starting today. The tools are the same, only the scale is different. And scale is something you build, one decision at a time. The billionaire mindset was never about the size of the number. It was always about protecting what you build before you even build it. First, stop thinking about income. Start thinking about assets, things that can appreciate, and things you can eventually borrow against. Second, separate yourself from what you own. Even a simple LLC creates a legal wall between your business and your personal life. Third, think in decades, not paychecks. Every strategy in this video was built to survive one lifetime and hand something down to the next. None of this happens overnight. It didn't for them either. It happened one legal, boring, unglamorous decision, repeated for generations. So here's the real question. Not, how do I get rich fast? But if I had it, would I even know how to protect it? Because the families who stayed wealthy for centuries didn't outsmart the market. They outstructured everyone else. The room with no name on the door isn't reserved for billionaires. It's reserved for anyone willing to learn the rules before they need them. That's the real $500 trillion secret. It was never hidden. It was just never explained. Until now.